Om.
Yeah.
Om.
Shut up.
Om.
Menepednehum.
Om.
Menepednehum. That's the.
Menopause is something that 50-year-old women go through. Om.
This is menopause, bro. Is it 50 or is it 45?
I don't
Or in
know.
their
I
40s?
I think women it varies in women. Some women hit it at like 35, 40. Some women probably hit it at
What is
25.
menopause? What is the actual meaning of menopause? What is it?
Menopause is when women don't have no more eggs to reproduce, and then
Oh,
that causes like a hormonal change in their body. That's when they start getting hot flashes and they start drying up.
hmm.
I
Wait,
believe
so
that's.
niggas don't have nothing like that, right? Like dudes don't have nothing like that.
I mean, I think dudes can start drawing blanks. I can look it up.
I don't think we shoot blanks. I think we have a constant life force of
Uh,
sperm.
nah, men can go sterile.
I mean, you're either born sterile. I think that's a mutation.
Uh, men's version of menopause. Here we go. Male
Balding.
menopause is the more common term for andropause. It describes age-related changes in male hormone levels. Same group of symptoms is also known as testosterone deficiency. So yeah, I mean it's just
So
that
it's a mutation.
yeah,
It's a mutation.
it's not a mutation. It's just a deficiency. Like as you get older, your testosterone goes lower and lower. That's why a lot of
Oh,
older men start they like older men that like were very aggressive at one point. They start digressing.
becoming more docile and shit.
Yeah,
I think we'll turn to an old man that knits
I want to turn into an old man that yells at kids and tells them to get the fuck off my lawn.
and stares in the window like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get out of here! Yeah, that's exactly who I want to be.
I want to be that guy too.
I want to be the old man yelling at neighborhood kids. Like
Oh,
the old man that used
that's
to
old
yell at
man
me when I was
Tata.
little.
That's old man T. Get off his lawn.
Get off his lawn. He's fucking crazy.
I wonder what's gonna happen, like where life's gonna be when we're old. Like, I wonder if we'll finally have flying cars when we're older.
Maybe. I mean, Elon Musk. Oh, did you see the SpaceX launch?
Yeah, they first like with the crew and shit. Like they actually went out. They actually
Yeah,
aren't they in orbit?
yeah, they're in orbit right now. Yeah, I watched it live. I like
Yeah,
watched it
I
live
saw that
on
too.
accident, actually. Uh,
Because it was on YouTube, wasn't it? It was on YouTube Live, and then they had
no, so you know how I don't have social media right now, right? So
yeah.
I've been having to turn to the news, like back in the day, you got to watch the news to get the news.
Yeah,
So I've been watching MSNBC because I can't deal with CNN and Fox. They're pretty politically
biased.
yeah, pretty Well, nah, they just kind of like everything they say is something about politics. But MSNBC, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
they're
they
biased. They're biased to
yeah.
politics.
Yeah. I think MSNBC just takes little bits of local news and then they just like
Yeah.
reports them, and I like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, like so, wifey was telling me about the riots. Actually, no, I
Bro,
heard about the riots like 2 days, like probably like 2 days ago or something, and I like woke up and I was like, well, let me see what's going on now. And so I turned on the news and it was like in 40 minutes the SpaceX will launch. And I'm like this shit's crazy because like coronavirus, right? They just started letting
bro,
people out the house and now
and then
boom, race riots. Well, not race riots, it's class riots cuz like bro, this isn't yeah, like we'll
I
get
got
to
a
that.
strong
We'll get
opinion
to
on this.
that.
I'll let you get to that because I
Yeah,
got an
we'll get to
opinion on
that.
that too.
But yeah, they yeah, it's riots in the streets. Elon Musk is fucking has a private owned spaceship that he just launched from the NASA center in Florida.
Yeah, and then
Like,
they're gonna start doing commercial flights soon, right?
not soon. Probably in the next few years. From what I read was that the SpaceX launch. So they're launching it, and they don't right now. They don't know when they're coming back. I think it's somewhere between 1 and 4 months.
Hmm.
So they're going out, and they're gonna like make sure that the rocket's good, and then when it lands, they're gonna make sure that it's good for like a renewable rocket ship. So it'll be just like a car type shit. Like you can go multiple times. They don't got to replace the rocket or nothing. And I think usually with NASA spaceships, they replace them. And Elon Musk is like, nah, we're gonna keep using the same rocket and let other people get in that rocket and go. I'm not doing that shit, but
Hell no, because if something
other people
happens and
can
we
do
stuck,
that shit.
bro, motherfuckers gonna
Yeah,
be stuck out there. The one time we go, we shouldn't be stuck. I'm like, bro, I'm straight on that shit. But I mean, it's good for technological. That's the word,
Tech, techno,
technological.
technological advances.
Yeah, like that's good in that sense. But then at the same time, like during the early stages, I'm not trying to be up there during the early stages when shit gets all like when they're just doing it, and then say something does happen and they get stuck. You know what I mean? Like they just get stuck on the fucking in space, and then something comes like because you can't breathe out there. It's a vacuum. You can't do anything. You can't phone home like, all right, guys, I'm not gonna come back. I'm stuck in space. Like the first ride
Yeah,
y'all
nah,
have,
bro.
bro.
There's no like, there's no Uber saying like, yo, the party got shitty. Like I'm
Yo,
about to
I'm stuck in
leave.
space.
Nah, you
Yeah,
just
like you
stuck.
out there in a void, in an unavoidable existence.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I think.
I saw this. I got to send you this video too. But I saw this video on like this dude doing a DMT trip. Like
Uh-huh.
it's this dude. He does like a psychedelics thing where he films and does like psychedelics, and then he records his responses because he's like getting his PhD in human psychological behaviors or some shit like that. That's his PhD in or something. And he
Okay.
tests out different types of psychedelics and shit, and it's actually like pretty lit. And he shows how to test for if it's real or if it's fake. I guess in Canada you can buy DMT, like it's legal.
Like from the store.
Yeah, you can order it online up there. It's legal. Yeah,
Uh, yo, I just seen that. You know the rapper Gunna.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like
He was.
yeah, he's on Whippets right now. Well, he's like he's under scrutiny. I guess that's what we'll call it. He's
Yeah,
like
because he's on the whippets and shit.
yeah, he's under fire. Yeah, because he was doing an Instagram live and he fucking hit a whippet, and then the Instagram live cut out. But they're
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
they're
right
tripping on
now,
him
I
right
just
now
want to
for
over it
it.
because
So
that's stupid. I'm over that shit. Like the drug culture in today's. I'm like over that shit, bro. Like it was cool when we were coming up. Like I'm not condoning it, but like when we were coming up, like weed was like, oh, we're gonna try the weed out, blah blah blah. But now these motherfuckers are glorifying Percocets and all these other shit. And but look at how they're looking, bro. Like I don't. I'm to be honest, I'm just tired of seeing that shit. Like
I mean
I'm
whippets.
pretty
I
much over
mean
it.
yeah, whippets are like a
That's
It's
bad
like
though,
a
because
that's like a white trash. Like that's like a white trash drug. Like
yeah,
Steve-O was on
that's like a
Whippets. Like
and
who's
look at him on Jackass, Wild Boys doing crazy
yeah.
shit. Like
Nah,
you
what's
can't
it?
have a social conversation on Whippets. You can't have be social and be like, hey man, how you doing? Like on weed, you be like, bro, I'm fucked
And
up.
it only
Whippets, you be like,
it doesn't last that long.
fuck.
It's like a 2 minute high.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
is it
But
just is
you
all it
have a
does
high
is it
probability of
suffocates your
dying.
brain and then you have that little trip or whatever and then that 2 minutes is over and that's it.
Like, why would you want to do something that will suffocate your brain? Like weed is just a euphoric thing that messes, and because it has medicinal purposes for like CBD and shit, and then also the THC gives you the psychological experience. But it's like, me personally, I condone weed. Like I condone smoking weed and shit, even though like for me I can't right now because like I've and you know what I realized too? It's sidetrack. The reason why that I think the reason why I can't really like keep smoking weed like that is because I have unresolved personal issues that make me like because the weed will have like makes me deal with some of those things. You know what I'm saying? So then I feel like I
Yeah.
can't like smoke it because especially in like that state. So I have to really deal with the root of those issues before I can start smoking again. Because I went through a period where I could smoke and I smoked for a long time. There's some traumatic things happened to me, and then like I tried to smoke again after that, and then like now I can't do it because I got to fix that shit because I want to get back to smoking weed again. Because I don't think it's a, I don't think I would do it like when I can. I don't think I'm gonna do it like every day and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking high. But I think I just do. I like to do it just to think. Like I feel like I can think better when I
I
do it.
mean,
I just
yeah,
like lifting weights when I was high too.
like yeah, I mean, I'm not allowed to smoke right now, but if it's I'm not allowed to smoke period, but it's
If you could,
yeah, if I
would
like
you?
yeah, yeah, of
If they said in the
course. I
military you
mean,
could smoke weed, like if they said like
yeah, I
y'all
would.
could smoke without,
I would most definitely just like I mean, I kind of stopped drinking. Like I haven't been drinking as much as I used to, but
bro, I'm done with that shit too. I'm pretty much
Yeah.
done with it my damn self, to be
Well, yeah,
honest.
just cause like I get like it gets me sick sometimes. Like I used to be able to fucking
Bro, my
drink a
liver
lot.
can't handle it no more. We both did, but now
Yeah.
our
Oh well,
livers
yeah,
can't handle
yeah,
that
we both
anymore.
used to drink a lot, and I like, hey, bro, can you do me a favor and flip your phone to the side?
The side?
Yeah, there
Is
you
this better?
go. Yeah, no, yeah, it cuts off some of your screen when it's like facing up like that. You got anything you can
Okay.
like prop it up on or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Like a
Hold on,
little
let me see.
like a little soda can or something?
How's that?
Hell yeah. I can see your ashy
Is it
ass knee
better?
now, but yeah.
Hey, chill out, bro. Come off my knee, dog.
Damn,
Oh shit, that's
bro.
because I was playing with these kids outside, bro.
You
Hop
look
up off
like
me.
you've been trying to get promoted at your job.
You know, bro, I almost went there with you, dog. Shut your ass up.
It's all good,
You
man.
the one with the knee
Yeah.
pads, nigga.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do to get by. No, yeah,
Yeah, I
but
like
yeah,
to.
no, I would smoke. But it's just like yeah, like we're not allowed to, so you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I gotta keep this job and fucking I mean, once it
I feel
becomes
it.
one day it'll become federally legal, but I think in like 1970 something, when did I think Up in Smoke came out in 1976? And when that
Yeah.
movie came out, Tommy Chong says, "Oh, and bro, in 10 years, this shit'll be legal. It's been like 40 years. No, 50 years. It's been like 50 years since the fucking movie came out. No, it's like yeah, like 44 years since that movie came out, and we're still in this state of I mean, states have it
I
legal.
mean, that's
It's
because
not
everybody like
federally legal,
it's
so
just like
like federal employees and government employees and shit, you know, you're not allowed to smoke. So it is what it
and
is, but I do think that if
one thing
you said what happened?
what it is now is because we're stuck in that whole thinking though. That same like I said, we're stuck in that whole old man way of thinking, like the founding fathers and all this other shit. Like this is what we're founded upon, but I think we need to rewrite some shit because we're falling to old habits and realize that them shits don't even work no more.
I mean, I think at one
Like
point,
straight up, like some of the old laws and shit just don't.
yeah, they just don't make sense. Like
You
the
have
like
to because
I watched the Meek Mill
no,
documentary or whatever, and they were talking about like how you can put somebody on parole for 10 years and like the violations that they have for those paroles are like ridiculous. Like, bro, like
yeah,
if you litter, it's a fucking parole violation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can go back to jail for it. Like you got like
yeah,
I think it's
yep,
if you're like conversating with a known felon, you can get
yeah,
like you go back to jail. And
violation
like if
parole,
you're in a neighborhood or
yeah.
whatever, that's you know in the hood, like you know there's bound to be
Before there's
a
nothing
few
but
felons there. You know what I'm
prison.
saying? That's just my
Yeah,
neighbor. It's just my neighbor, and I'm talking to him. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just like stay
yeah.
inside, do fucking nothing. Like
Isolate yourself. Or
that's
like
their
what we're doing now in
idea.
this quarantine, bro. Stay isolate ourselves. Isolate ourselves and talk on the phone. Because we're a
Shit's fu-
danger to society if we do that shit.
Nah, if you fucking talk on the phone, then you might be conspiring to commit a
But
crime at that point. Like they can get you for fucking anything at like
we're
these days.
conspiring to commit a crime on. Yeah, and then they listen to your phones. They tap everything, bro. So there's you say will forever be recorded unless you have a jammer or something, or like a jammer or a lead house.
Hey, bro,
But all right, so let's
I
get
think
to
your
this nitty
Wi-Fi is
gritty
kind of
with
fucking up a little
these
bit.
riots and shit. What happened?
Oh, you're just like
You hear me?
yeah, you're just breaking up a little bit.
Oh no, hold on. Let me see. I don't know why. Let me see what's
Are you on your Wi-Fi or are you on your mobile data?
no, no. I'm on the Wi-Fi, but I got full bars and everything, so I don't know what's up. I don't know. Am I good now, or is it still choppy?
Yeah, your video is choppy, but I think usually, even though
Am
your
I?
video is choppy, like at the end, like when we put out the recording, it's not too bad.
Okay, for sure.
Bro, I just took a
All right,
fucking
so
sip of the universe.
damn. So you got the stars and the galaxies in your system. How do you feel, bro? Star Child,
Feel nuts, dude.
the
Feel
Walker of
fucking
the Sky, my nigga,
feeling pretty
my
fucking good
guy.
right now.
You're feeling pretty astrological, bro.
I'm feeling
Universal.
astrological, man. I didn't put no lotion on today.
Like my kneecaps.
Yeah, like your kneecaps, dude. Astrological. Yeah, no, yeah. So
Astrological. That's a good word. That's a good word. All right, let's get on this current events,
current
especially
events.
stateside. So I have two opinions on this. So one, I don't agree what happened with is George. I can't remember. I never
George
forget.
Floyd.
It's Reynolds. George Floyd. Excuse me. George Floyd. R.I.P. I'm not. I have two opinions on that. One, the cops are wrong because it doesn't take four people to. It doesn't take four people to control a situation like that. 4 against 1. That's
No,
so
it was
that part.
it looked like it was just one. Like it was just the one. I mean,
No,
all three of them were just being horrible bystanders. Like they were just
no,
standing there while the
because on the
fucking shit
video,
was.
on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, on the other side, when they showed the shit on his neck, the other two were on him. The other
Oh,
three
there
were
was
on
two
him.
more people on him. Okay, I only saw the white
Yeah,
guy and the Asian guy. Yeah,
yeah, but they're
I
on
seen
him
that, and then
from
I
the
seen
angle, and
when
there's
they were
another
taking him
angle, and they
in.
had it on him. But to be honest with you, I can't watch the video because that's really hard. It's really hard for me to watch because
Oh, it's sad,
one, with
dude.
me being a black dude, yeah, especially for me being a black dude, there's so much that goes on to it. There's so much that goes into it. I'm gonna get into that part with the racial part in a second, but the cops are incompetent. They're wrong, and all the people should get charged with murder. All of them, everybody that was there, even the dudes who watched and didn't do anything. The notion of don't flu, ever, you know what I'm saying? Just because you see this happening and you didn't say anything and you didn't step up, you're wrong.
Hey, wait
The
one
other
second.
thing, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, my second point that I think is the media uses like police brutality and all that other shit to distract you from what's really going on, because there's other shit that's going on behind the scenes. Like obviously we've already known, especially with the coronavirus and all this other shit, but they use this stuff to one, incite a racial war and all this other stuff, and then like it's going. They're promoting it and getting a lot of propaganda off of it, and it's stirring up a lot of like issues and stuff. And now to get into my point, especially like with the racial thing, now I think there's a lot of parties that are at fault. For black people, we're at fault. Yes, but I can see both sides on why the riots and stuff are happening. Because at some point, because of the atrocities that's happened to my people for many, many years and shit, the older generation's upset and they're trying to finally take a stand. But then some of the newer generations, because they're being more passive, they're not doing anything because they don't want to jeopardize the future. But the ways of rioting and getting angry and doing all that shit, like the marches, okay, we can do that. But it's one thing to come together and to march and to do all that shit, but you have to have an end result, an end game. And we're not having an end game. We're just rioting so that we're upset, but what are we doing to combat the situation for real? Because we can preach kumbaya and come together all day, but if we're not ready as a people to come together, or we don't have constructive leadership to move forward, we're at fault. We're only adding to the issue the more we riot and fight and destroy shit. I'm not saying, because even if you want to come down the street and like arm yourself and do all that shit, it's wrong. Like even if we try to do like the Black Panther Party or come back together, like, at least back in the day they had the Black Panther Party and they had certain parties to actually help and to make things better. But right now in the black community, we're having like 3 different factions going on, because you have the younger generation who's confused, but they're angry. Like me, I'm mad as fuck about the situation. But the younger generation is like 16, 17. The generation after me, they're upset. They don't know why, because they're confused, because they see people in my generation in their 30s and stuff upset. But then my grandparents and all that other stuff, and my parents and stuff, they're upset because of what they went through and what they've seen. And there's marches like every 10 years and all this other stuff for every 5 or 6 years, because every time something like this happens, where an innocent black person is being murdered or something shit like this, all we do is we get angry, we riot, but we don't come up with a set plan to come together. And that's where the big disconnect is. You can get mad all day, but if we can't come together as one, then there's no fucking point in doing this shit. We can't just keep pointing the finger too. At some point we have to take a stand, whether it be athletes refusing to play, whether it be, actors stop doing some shit, or they put their monies together to start making different communities or something has to be done to where we can't keep standing by. And it's only like, and you just can't keep doing that shit. We got to fight it in a different way. Now the white people are at fault because all they're saying is, oh, they're a bunch of fucking animals doing all this other shit. You guys use your privilege so much that you're so blinded to the fact that the reality is what's really fucking happening.
Yeah.
Like, and like, because I've been hearing, and especially like my mom, like at her job and shit, she's working in the medical field, and then she hears on a regular basis like these white people, they're talking like, oh, I told you those people are nothing but animals and savages and all this other shit, but like, y'all are more savage ones because you guys actually did it. A white dude did it.
Yeah.
And then, but this is the other part that really frustrates me about that whole situation, because as a first responder, if somebody is hurt, you're supposed to render aid. We both know this. Even in the military, we knew this. You know what I'm saying? And then even because we were even cops in the military, you're supposed to render aid. And the fact that this man was saying, I can't breathe, and you still are holding him, this is the same thing that happened before. Like with what's his name? The dude who was selling cigarettes. It's an ongoing cycle, but at what point is there going to be a change? Because you can't just keep pointing the fingers if there's nothing that's going to happen. Like, Zimmerman's going to get off. I promise you, they may get charged with murder, but they might get off because they're going to find some loophole to get out of this shit. Or if I feel like if they should never be able to put on a badge again, they got to be charged with murder, and like that's it. Because if that motherfucker, if they get off, I have no faith in the justice system. Just like Zimmerman, he should have never got off. Some of these cats should never get off. They should be behind bars, man. But I don't know. I have really strong opinions about it because like the riots are happening here. It's happening close to home in the States. Like they're rioting in Arizona, where I was at. They're rioting in Grand Rapids. They just like in Michigan. They're just doing it bad. Like I'm talking about, they're shutting down businesses and shit because they're like fucking shit up. But like the anger is one thing, but people don't understand where this shit is coming from. Like as if you're not a minority, you will never understand our anger because white people have never done that. The moment something is taken away from them, this is probably the closest thing to something that they like as far as like this quarantine is something the first thing that they'll ever feel close to what we like my people as a whole or any minority as a whole has experienced. Because even I know you've experienced some type of racism because even though you're half white and half Lao, I know you experienced some certain shit because you don't belong to either side. I mean, not like that, but it's like you don't belong to the whites. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to accept you because you don't have their features and shit. And then with Lao culture, I mean, you're probably more accepted on that side anyway because you identify with that more anyway, and you look more Lao. But white people will never understand the level of anger and upset and the shit that we have going on. Like even for me, bro, I've been experiencing racism all my life. I graduated from all white high school. You know what I'm saying? I don't really speak on a lot of the things that happened to me in high school and a lot of the things that I've experienced. But I mean, I live in Michigan, and this shit is basically segregated, and motherfuckers don't understand that. Like, I'm like one of the first blacks in history to ever graduate from an all-white school at my school. I'm like the first one to do it. I'm the first one to come from the elementary school to the high school. I'm the first one to do that.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
And so, but they don't understand. Yeah, but then with the stuff that I dealt with and shit has made it easier for my siblings and everybody else to come after me. Because if I would have handled it a different way, it would have been bad. And then like, but anyway, what I'm saying is like, I'm just so angry at this shit because it's like all we're doing is yelling and finding out who's in like, but we're not coming up with a real plan. And until we get to the point where we come up with a plan, this shit will continue to fucking happen. Why do we have to own up to their mistakes? Like, yo, we put some racial bias on this because like they're trying to say that like, oh, they've known each other for 17 years and they have prior history. It doesn't matter if you have a personal vendetta against somebody and you're wearing the badge and you have the ability to take their life, like you got to take that shit out of it because your job as a first responder, you're supposed to render aid. You're not supposed to be out here just like, oh, I got to beef with this nigga, so I'm about to fuck him up. And just think about it. Since these recordings are being seen right now with these body cams and shit, people are just seeing this shit right now, right? Imagine what was happening before when they didn't have the body cams. In the 90s, how many deaths were happening then? Bro, come on, bro. Like, even man, look, I can tell
even
you
early 2000s, even early 2000s, it was like this too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because I had it one time when I was here. Like, I'll tell you, my mom will tell you, bro. There was one time I literally was walking from playing basketball, and these cops rolled up on me deep, bro. I'm talking about ran up on me, was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh shit, like I'm literally getting done playing basketball, and then they tell me it was like we found the guy you meet because I guess I met the description because I was a tall black man wearing basketball shorts. That's literally what it was. But I had my shirt on around my head and I had the ball in my hand and I was walking and they grabbed me, handcuffed me, put me by the car, yelling at me, telling me I broke into some shit. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea yes, the fuck you do. All up in my face and shit. I was, bro, when I tell you I was scared for my fucking life, I've been in fights. I done been in some crazy shit, but I have never been that scared before. And so then when I left and I go home, like after they figured out that it wasn't me, Um, and I was walking home, like the level of anger that I had because I knew that I was right and I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong, but to be accused of something like that just because of the color of my skin and then my build and my height at the time made me so fucking mad, bro. Like I was hot, and that's what I'm saying. That this shit is just like this is where all this animosity is coming from because there's so many people my age, older, younger, who've had horrible encounters like this, and nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I
I,
mean, that's kind of my take on it. But I could go on this
yeah.
shit forever.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, like I was talking to my homeboy today, and we are talking like use of force or whatever for the
Yeah,
like for cops.
capability, opportunity,
Yeah,
intent.
like we have use of force in the military, right? Like
Yeah,
why is use of force not used for the cops? Same like all
across the
across the
board.
board across the board. It should not change. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
if we fuck up like that, we go to
The
cap
court
like
martial,
we
UCMJ,
will
all that
we
shit.
will
It's a
get
court
court
martial.
martialed and we will go to fucking
A military
yeah
prison.
yeah we'll go
Done.
yeah
Go to
yeah
Leavenworth and you're
yeah
done.
we'll go to Leavenworth and yeah. No, I'm not trying to go to Leavenworth. So like I have
Hell
that in
no,
the
that's
back.
worse. That's
Yeah,
worse than federal prison.
way
That's
worse
worse than
than
federal
way
prison.
worse than prison. So like I have that in my mind at like at all times. Like okay, I'm not gonna pull like
See,
I'm
but
not
that's
gonna
what I'm
pull my
saying.
gun. You know what I'm saying? Like unless something's
Us being in the
happening.
military,
Yeah,
yeah.
we so
No, but I'm
like
saying like us
yeah
in the military. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. My fault.
like they should get like cops should get the same exact treatment as we do. You know what I'm saying? You're given a
Yeah,
gun, like you're given a gun, you're out here patrolling streets. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the difference? Y'all should have the
yeah.
exact same set of rules, same set of laws. Y'all should I
If
think
not
I
worse.
think yeah, I think somebody said like somebody was saying like, "Oh, they should like, they should get like the same amount of punishment as civilians." I don't think so. I think they should have their own set of set of laws and
Mm-hmm.
rules so that they like, okay, you want to
Have to
fuck up like
abide by
that,
them.
you're going to a prison, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
for
worse.
yeah, for like worse. Y'all should
Because
go to
you're supposed to
Leavenworth.
uphold justice. Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to uphold justice, and then like
You're
the shit
given
that
that
makes me
much
even more upset.
responsibility. You should fall under like a different set of laws, just
Different
like
rules.
how we fall under UCMJ. There should be a cop UCMJ or whatever. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
But that's why
That
I'm
way
saying
they
like
get
ours.
like they get shitted on just like how we could get shitted on if we were in the same situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Us in the military shows that the incompetence of civilians, bro.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we've experienced things in the military where we can't do shit. Like if you fuck up, that's your career. That's everything. You're
That's your
done.
career.
And then it fucks you in
That's it.
civilian life.
Yep. And then when you
And
go
it
to this,
fucks you in civilian
yeah,
life.
you're getting dishonorably discharged. I mean, it's pretty
And
rare
you're
that you get
done.
dishonorably discharged. But if you do,
You're done.
you're
You're
done. You're not getting a
exactly.
job. That's worse. That's worse than a felony. Way worse. Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. They'll hire
Because you can
felons.
write
They're
that shit
not
out.
hiring
Yeah,
no
you can
fucking
write that shit
dishonorable
out.
discharge.
Because yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With the cops, they should get that time and then some because you're supposed to uphold the law of the justice and to be an example.
Yeah.
But you're up here. But then even like when these dudes get fucked up or whatever, like they can get cut off from one organization, like one like CHP or something, and then apply to another thing. Like, oh, you have good cop experience, boom, and then they can get hired at another spot. You should be banned from life for ever touching a gun or a badge. Just like
Yeah.
how they would happen with us in the military, we should never be able to like
That is
you would never
crazy.
be able to
That
pick up a
yeah.
gun.
Yeah. That
It's it's
yeah.
it's asinine, bro.
Yeah. I
It's
did hear that.
asinine.
Uh. Yeah, I did hear that. I think that was with the Ahmaud Arbery case that guy
Yeah.
he wasn't supposed to have a gun or something like that. Like
And
yeah,
he went to another agency and got hired on.
yeah. When bro, like that
But
that
you were
should
but you
yeah.
got covered by the media and you still got hired on?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You can't tell me this ain't a fucking game. This is it's hunting season, bro. It's hunting season for minorities. And I'm not even
See,
just speaking on blacks. I'm speaking
yeah.
on any minority.
I don't. Yeah, I see. I mean, I guess that might be where like I'm gonna disagree. Is that like I don't think this is gonna be a race war. I think this is gonna be a class war. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Oh,
think this
between
is
like the
gonna.
middle class and then
I think this is gonna be like yeah, like from the middle class down is gonna be
yeah.
raising up against higher ups. Cause like why
I would hope so.
yeah like why like I mean I don't want no war but like they
We
if
need a
everything could
revolution or
yeah
something.
if everything could be solved peacefully, that's how I would want it to go. But I know for certain that that's not gonna happen,
Hell
right?
no.
Yeah, like at the root of every fucking solution, there's gonna be, a war and bloodshed. Like that's how it happens.
Yep.
As much as we want it to go peacefully, it's not gonna go peacefully because these
I mean, I
motherfuckers
think
don't
that.
listen. Like, bro, like
Yeah.
so I just finished Tokyo Ghoul, right? And
Yeah.
I think Tokyo Ghoul is like it's like a it's like set on society. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
the ghouls are like like kind of like the lower class people that like aren't like, it's hunting season on them. Like anybody
Mm-hmm.
can kill them and like, bro, like nothing happens. And then you
Yep.
find out that the higher ups are also ghouls,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're just they're pinning all these other agencies against each other. But
Mm-hmm.
they're sitting up high, chilling, bro, like not doing shit. They're like, yo, fuck it. Like, I want all these other people. Like, I want like the higher ups are all just looking at us like pawns, and all the pawns are just moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're all just taking each other out instead of banding
Most
together.
definitely.
Instead of banding together and saying something to the higher ups. Why are like I don't know. Like I think I
Something needs to
yeah
happen
like
to where like we
we all
start like
come like we come together and see like, all right, yo, it's not just a black or a white thing or like a minority and like a white thing. I mean, white people are the majority and the white people are the ones that are sitting up top, but
yeah. No, it has to be.
it's not this white person in this poor neighborhood. We got to all come together and fucking
Yeah.
fight and fight to change these laws. It's not to fucking it's okay, like because like at the end of the day, man, like that's the only way shit's gonna change is if you attack if you attack the higher levels.
You cut out the
Nothing's
head.
gonna
You cut out the head first.
you
You
cut the
can't
head off the snake.
just be up here and just be like, start this revolution right now, and then just be stuck at these low levels. Like, so that's come
Yeah,
a point where everybody's
that's what I was saying
decide to be
about
together or
this.
they're not.
That's what I was saying about this Breonna Taylor thing. Like people are coming after the cops that did the raid, and nobody's coming
Yeah.
after the judge that signed the warrant.
Yep.
Like the judge that signed the warrant, that's a huge one that y'all need to fucking look at.
Exactly.
Okay, what about
Because
the
you basically okayed that
yeah,
shit.
and what about
You had
the
to get a subpoena.
yeah, I don't know what the equivalent of a watch commander in the civilian world is, but like the watch commander that said like, okay, yeah, that's the house.
I
Because
think it's like this. Yeah.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
somebody should have told, that lieutenant or whatever, hey, the guy that we want, he's already in handcuffs. He's already arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like there was
Yeah.
something fishy going on and those hot
No, keep going. Keep going.
yeah, and those people that are higher ups, like those are the people that need to be like held accountable. Like stop going for these like little fish. Go for the big fish. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, because you have
yeah,
to
like
like.
cuz I don't even yeah, like cuz you'll know the names of these smaller people. Bro, like it's such a grander
Yeah.
scale. Like look at everything that's going up top. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
bro.
and like
Don't look at the low levels, bro. Like the low level is what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna incite the emotion. But like, it's the system that we're founded upon. It's the system that everything is like. Stop going after, like you're saying. Stop going after the people. Go after the system. Because if once the system falls, a new system has to be in place.
yeah,
That's just how it's supposed to be. You can't just be sitting here just being like, "All right, fuck that guy is done." That's why the shit
yeah,
keeps happening because the system is still in place. That's why motherfuckers are still killing people and
yeah.
nothing is happening because the system is
Cuz
still
they're
in place.
just
You
go
have to
they're
stop the whole system.
yeah. And that's why these guys are getting off because these low level guys, they're probably doing their job. I'm not saying this guy was doing
No, I
his
know
job
what
or
you're
whatever.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like in some of these cases or whatever, in some of the cops cases, it's written in their rules that they're allowed to do this shit, right? So okay, who
Yep.
writes the rules? We need to go
Exactly.
after the person that writes the rules. We need to go after the person that puts these rules in place.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
that's
agree with that 1,000%. And that's
yeah.
what I'm saying with the disconnect is that because everybody's seeing trying to have this thing where like something needs to be done. Attack the head.
Attack the head. Like
If we if you have to come up there like yeah, the Million Man March or whatever, okay, that's one thing. Marching and saying strength in numbers is one thing. But why don't you come up with a proposal or something
yeah.
or start regulating
Some
yourselves? Like
type of
fuck what they're talking
petition or
about, and then you
something.
make your own. Yeah,
Yeah.
like fuck what they're talking about. Govern yourselves in a certain way to where like even if they try to come up on you, fuck all that.
Like we
You
know we
still got to deal
like
with your own laws. Like
every,
like the boycott shit.
everybody knows we need like criminal justice reform. Like but like
Exactly. But
yeah,
everybody's afraid to act on it.
and these organizations are taking donations for it. But what the fuck are they doing? Like
Exactly, bro.
they're
Exactly.
taking money. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's not a shot at some of these organizations are helping, but yo, stop
No, there's no
just
headline. Fuck it, bro.
stop just taking it. Okay, this person got off. Okay, they freed this one person. They freed this one person. No, bro, like go over the fucking like go to the head and fucking yo. All right, we need to change this law. We need to change this law. We need to change this law. This law is way the fuck out of date. And then once all that shit's changed up, okay, now let's get these people out. Because
Yeah,
yeah, because we can get these people out because all right, bet like all this shit's fucking null and void because of this.
exactly. But then that's what I'm saying. Like even where you're seeing everybody like, cause and this is the other thing. To everybody who listens to this shit, if you're trying to come together and shit, don't fight it. Just because somebody's doing something, don't just be like, well, that's not gonna work. Don't shit on it.
Yeah.
Like, because motherfuckers, you'll get going, we'll start getting some little bit of traction, and everybody's like, no, it's not gonna work. No, fuck that negative, nasty shit. Like, if
And
you
if
want
you
to
have
make
a
this change
better
happen,
idea, then just come up with the
just say
better
it.
idea. Say the better
But it's not a
idea.
dick measuring contest
Yeah.
of who has a better idea. Something needs to be done.
All these
Something needs to
ideas,
be
all
done.
these
Like,
ideas gotta come into a nice little melting pot. It's like, all right, bet. Like this is the solution that we can go towards.
yeah, and
We
everybody's
can
not gonna
move
be fucking
forward.
happy, but there needs to be something that can.
Yeah.
There needs to be something that can be founded upon where everybody can come together and agree. Like, everybody's not gonna get 100% what they want. Like, me personally, I don't believe in just like killing everybody and you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, like these. I mean,
or like
like yeah,
that's white or
like
anything like that. But I
yeah,
think that the people who are corrupt, needs to get fucked up. I'm
yeah. I think
straight up.
yeah, and
But
like
the
these
guys who are doing their
yeah,
jobs and shit, you're
yeah,
straight.
and these politicians that are like, oh well, the riots are just happening. I mean, like the violence is just happening from far left extremists or far right extremists or
No,
whatever.
hell no.
It's like, all right, I mean that is possibly the case that there are extremists in these groups that are inciting the riots, but yo, motherfuckers are mad. Like
But
you can't say
yeah,
that it's only them that are getting mad. Like
and
there's more
but
people
the
that are getting
other
mad that are willing to do this shit than just extremists.
that's what I'm saying. I think that like this whole government shit, like these old white motherfuckers that are still in there need to go because they're pushing the same old fucking shit. I'm tired of seeing the same old archetype of people that are running for office and shit like that. Like this old, or these old ass white motherfuckers that have done like 50 fucking terms or something like that, or have done ridiculous amount of terms.
Just old. I
Yeah,
mean, and even
that
take
mindset needs to
and
go.
even
You need new blood in that shit. You need
and
new
you can
people to
even
come up in there to fix it up.
yeah, they just had the first Laos Senate woman or Congresswoman
Yeah,
that just came out, and that's
but
pretty
I'm saying
dope.
you don't need to be old to do that shit. Like, cause there's young people that have amazing IQs and who have an amazing political sense or something. We need to stop listening to these old motherfuckers because this is what's happening too.
Shit
These
changes, man.
old people that are still in there. But like these old white people that are still in there, these old motherfuckers that are in there, like
They have
they
old
came up during the
ideas.
racial time. They came up during the racial time against segregation and racist ass shit, and they're still in office. And so this is why the shit is still happening. Take them motherfuckers out and put new blood in there, and so this shit can fucking change. It's getting
I,
ridiculous.
yeah, we need to start having some
But I'm
younger
not shitting
people.
on white people. I'm not shitting
Yeah,
on white people. But I'm just saying your organization as a whole is fucked up.
I'm saying for like just older people. Like why are there so many old people in Congress and in the Senate and
Why?
just in office? Like
Yep.
why do you need to do like 20 terms or some shit like that? There's
Because
no reason
the
for that.
president, the president has to be rotated what every 4 to 8 terms or whatever, 4 to 8 years, right? 4 to 8 years, right?
Yeah,
They
every
gotta get
four
rotated.
years they have an election and they can only do two
Okay,
terms max. That
so
should be
then
the same for.
why the fuck are people in Congress or like people like certain these judges and all this other shit? Why they got like 10 terms, 12 terms, or been in the Senate for like 15 plus years and shit? That's or 20 plus years or something. They should have a limit on that. Like that's how you know the presidency is a fucking puppet head because they get rotated out every 4 years. The congressmen, them motherfuckers still in there. They got to get out.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any. Yeah, I mean, just shouldn't go like that. Like it's stupid.
This shit is crazy as fuck, man.
Yeah,
Like, bro, I can go on this shit all day because like and the shit that fucked me up though. To be honest, bro, is like I'm gonna get real personal up in this shit though. Like to see
yeah,
my mom fucking crying over this shit, and then to see my grandmother crying, and like to see them because like my grandma, she broke down in tears. She was reliving some of the shit because she was saying that some of the shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and my mom, she's telling me how it's she can hear the pain and all this stuff, and because she's angry and all this stuff. And my mom put me up on game a long time ago, bro. I've known about this shit, how the system and everything works a long time ago, bro. Like, and to see her being like this and was like, and still trying to figure out a solution because people are afraid to open their mouths and stuff because you have a potential risk of getting fucked up or some shit because of the ideas, and it's like that shit is sad. You have so much things to offer, but we're afraid to say anything because of what's been happening before in the past and the traumas that have happened where they're afraid to speak up. But at some point, we have to like say fuck all that and keep going. Because I've seen them crying and shit, and it fucks me up.
I seen a video today. It was I don't know if you watch there's two dudes, Abba and Preach. I think they're Canadian. But they were talking about like how white people are saying like, oh, I'm gonna just check my white privilege, or I'm gonna say that like, oh, because of my white privilege, I'm gonna, I'm guilted by it, or some shit like that. And it's like, nah, bro, like if you have that white privilege or whatever, yeah, if you have that white privilege, use that. Use that to fucking do something and help something. Instead of using that white privilege to get out of fucking tickets or whatever, use that white privilege to fucking,
get out of the fucking victim card. But that's what I'm saying.
But to help.
White people play victim so fucking much, bro. It's so stupid, dog. Like use that platform. Use your privilege and all this other shit to help
your whiteness.
Instead of just like, no, help me, no. I should be appalled. I should be, ostracized for what my ancestors did. It wasn't even that long ago. Your grandpa did this shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, but still, like, you gotta use that rich person. Like if you're a rich white person, rich black person, rich whatever, use some of that money to fucking do something about shit instead of talking about it, do something about it.
Be about it. Just like we say in the hood, don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about it, be about it. That's facts. There's
no reason.
Like,
that shit is crazy to me, dog. Like, that shit is really blowing me, dog, because like I'm seeing it a lot, and then like I'm just seeing all this confusion and all these everybody, and it makes me sick, bro. And because there's nothing that we can do. Like I can't come out on the street and arm myself because say something does happen, I'm armed, I'm threatened for my life. Like the fact that cops can say that they're threatened for their lives and shit like that and their livelihood blows my fucking mind. You willingly put this job on. You willingly did this shit. Nobody was like, here, take this gun. You're a cop. Yeah. You put on it, but then now everybody else has to walk in fear because you're technically afraid of your personal biases. Where does that fear come from? Because your personal bias, bro.
Yeah.
Like justice is no color.
Thing. Okay, where was the opportunity? Where was the capability? Where was the intent? Like everybody has that opportunity.
And what capability? But what capability did he have when his hands were tied behind his back?
Oh,
what
nothing.
opportunity did he have when his hands was?
I'm not talking about this situation.
Come on, bro.
This situation is done. It's like
beyond me.
It's on camera. The dude's handcuffed on his stomach. That's already endangering himself.
He'll find a way to get off. I guarantee they're gonna try to make a way for him to get off.
There's no way this guy can get off, bro. He's off.
Zimmerman should have never got off. But some of these cops should have never gotten off, bro, and they got off.
Yeah. With George Zimmerman or whatever, they had like laws or whatever that were put in place. But what I'm saying with this case in general, or like just this case in specific or whatever, there's no way that he can get off because he was already, just by having him on his stomach in handcuffs like that, that's already asphyxiation. Like you're already putting him in harm, and you're leaving him there, and then you're putting your knee on his neck. Bro. Like you're putting your knee on his neck. And and his body posture of just sitting there like I'm the man, like this is the fucking playground.
Where was he resisting at? That's my question. Where was the resistance?
I don't think anybody's arguing the point that this cop was obviously murdered this guy. I don't think anybody's I don't think anybody's arguing that point. I haven't, at least I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody say like,
I've heard it.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't heard it once. But then again, I don't have social media, so I have no fucking idea.
I've been being in Michigan and shit. Like I've heard it in conversation.
Like what's the argument? What's the argument of?
This is what I get. This is every time they say we don't know what was going on, what transpired before before he got handcuffed. I'm like bullshit. You seen him get escorted out of the car.
Yeah.
Where was the point where they were resisting?
Yeah, they because I seen both. I seen two different videos. I seen the video where when he fell down, because they were like escorting him to the car, and then he fell
Yeah.
down, and then the
Yep.
next thing you see is the knee on the neck, and everybody's screaming like, "Yo, you're like he can't breathe. Oh, he's talking, he can breathe." And that's like some super shitty logic right
But look,
there.
okay, look, I'm gonna explain this too. I'm gonna explain this too, because look, I'm a fighter, right?
Yeah,
And I've been choked before, and I
yeah,
can talk on being choked. I'm talking about deep ass chokes. Like, you can still talk.
yeah,
So that is
yeah.
bullshit, bro.
That
And
like,
but that particular move too,
yeah,
like you in jujitsu, even if we get that move, you don't even like some people don't even do that shit because they know how bad it is.
yeah,
We know how bad that particular move is, so we don't do that shit. Like you simulate that, like all right, so you step over and say if you get that move, or if it does happen to happen, you let it go immediately because that shit will fuck you up.
yeah.
Like,
That's it. Yeah, he
bro,
what was I gonna say? Forgot. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, bro. It's a wild time. But yeah, like then yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, I haven't been out. I don't have social media, so like I'm not seeing anybody else but my own mind would say like how can you argue this? Like how can you argue that this isn't a murder?
mm-hmm.
It
But it's only
doesn't.
the white people that it's only white people that are arguing this shit that I've heard so far or that I've seen.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's just
And
crazy to me, bro.
yeah, these riots are fucking crazy too,
I
man.
ain't even understand, bro. I cried like I've cried about this shit so many times, like since I found out and shit, and then seen
Yeah.
it because it just makes me realize like how much a justice system does not give a fuck about me as a my color and as a person. It does not give a fuck about what happens to me
Bro, and
because
if yeah, and if you don't have
it's
the
a
money
known
for
track record to do this shit.
yeah, and if you don't have the money for a lawyer, then
They're gonna
bro,
give
like
you a motherfucker that doesn't care.
yeah,
you're gonna get fucked up every time. That's why they have so
exactly.
many people in
Yeah,
prison that are like
if this
that are
wasn't a high
innocent.
profile case, if this wasn't a high profile
Yep.
case, and let's just say this was a random black person that, or just a random person in general,
Mm-hmm.
like that doesn't have the money for a like the family doesn't have the money for a lawyer, and this wasn't on camera, like
This will get thrown out.
this would get thrown the
It'll just
fuck
be a done
out
deal. It'll
hella
be a done
quick.
deal. They'll just be like, oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
Like,
just
and that's what's
fucking
crazy, bro. And then like then like I've heard people arguing about remember the 17-year-old girl who recorded it and it was a 17-year-old black chick, and then they're like, why didn't you do anything? What could she have done? Think about it. What could
there's
she have
like
done?
no, there was like six fucking people there, bro. Like one
The
lady
main
was
video, the main video.
no,
But I mean,
like I'm
what are this?
oh, you're talking about the main video? I thought it was a black
Yeah,
dude.
no, there's a black girl,
Oh, I didn't know that.
17-year-old black chick. But and the black dude, he had one too. But I'm just saying. But at this point in time, and a lot of black people are seeing this and like, well, why didn't you guys do anything? Fear is one reason why. Because look what they already doing to
Yeah,
one. Then there's four of them. What more could we have done besides stop, get off of them? Because
yeah,
well, pull the gun, get the fuck back. They do that every time they get threatened. They pull the gun out,
exactly. Yeah, like
weapons drawn, like get
if
the fuck
and
back.
yeah,
What are we supposed to do?
if most people were in that situation, they couldn't have done anything. And the person that would have done something at the end, they would have been a hero, right? Like
Yeah, but
after the
during it, oh,
video
you
came
get
out,
fried.
yeah, during it, yo, he would have possibly got shot for trying to attack an officer.
Yeah,
And that's what's
exactly.
fucked. And that's what's fucked up
Assaulting a
about
police
the
officer.
yeah. And that's what's fucked up about the justice system is if I'm a bystander and I see something that's going wrong, the only thing that I can do is record and let them know
Or
that
try
they're
to do
that
a
they're
citizen's
fucking up.
arrest or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if I try to run up and say, hey, like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, and push the cop off, I'm automatically in the wrong, and
Yep.
I could get shot for this instance. And then the paramedic that came up that checked his pulse, when he checked his pulse and saw that there was no pulse, why didn't he push the fucking cop off and say, "Hey, get off
Exactly,
him. He
bro.
doesn't have a pulse."
Exactly, bro.
Like there was a lot of shit going on
There's a
with
lot of
that
foul play in
video.
this shit, dog. Like,
There's a lot of
man, this
yeah.
shit. Oh my god. Like,
And
nigga,
then
I'm
when
trying
the,
my hardest not to
and then
cry every
and
time.
then when they rolled him onto the fucking gurney, I'm like, "Yo, y'all aren't stabilizing his neck or nothing. Y'all know he's
They don't
fucking
give a fuck. They just
passed
don't
the
give a
fuck
fuck,
out. Your
bro.
knee's been on his neck for 8 minutes. You're not doing anything." Like the dude's lifeless body got rolled over.
They just like he was
Yeah,
nothing. That's what I'm, bro. That's what, bro.
it's a
Like I'm trying so hard not to like cry because this shit, like, it is it's so hard, bro, to be.
yeah,
And this isn't like a pity party. This isn't a what was me thing because I'm an advocate. Like for you got to make it your own way and all this other shit. Don't make no excuses.
Yeah.
But real shit, bro. Like it sucks being black because everybody knows about this shit and nothing's being done. Everybody knows because they'll be like, because even that one case when that white dude was getting, remember when he got arrested, detained, or whatever, and what did he scream out? You're treating me like a fucking black person. Like, it's that bad to where everybody knows and recognizes it, and it makes you, then that's where the self-hate comes from, all this other shit, because nobody asked to be black. Nobody asked to do this shit.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's basically like a fucking target, and this shit happens, and then you play victim and be like, oh, I don't know what the fuck, like, I don't know why they're acting like this, because this has been documented over the years, and now people are starting to listen to us because now there's videos are starting to come out and seeing this shit. But this has been going on for so many fucking years, bro, and you realize that you're worthless. You're the only time that you're worth something is if you're a fucking athlete, or if you're a musician, or if you're some type of entertainer. But if you're an activist, or if you're somebody who, even in office, or if you do anything like that, like the betterment of the community or people, you're looked on as shit. We're only used for entertainment purposes, bro. And so even if you're trying to, and then entertainers have to use their platform, but they're scared to use their platform for real, because they're not going to get the views and support and all this other shit. So then it's done. Like Kaepernick, the shit with Cap, I give him respect for that. And LeBron sent that tweet out talking about this is what Kaepernick was kneeling for. And everybody's like, no, it was about the political shit. But what more is going to happen after that? Keep using your platform to back this shit, bro.
Yeah,
it's so sad, dog.
That's the thing. Like people, they gotta stop. They gotta stop attacking the lower totem pole, or whatever, however you say it. They gotta stop attacking the bottom, and they gotta attack the fucking top, man. That's how they have to fucking move it.
Yeah.
That's how,
bro.
I'm in Spain, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not seeing anything that y'all are seeing back in the States right now.
Thing is, bro, it's so bad, bro. Like, look,
I imagine,
I'm gonna tell you right now. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, because even out here, the cops are deep out here, bro. You hear me? I'm talking about deep, dog.
Did they already call martial law over there?
No, I think they're about to, though.
Yeah.
Because when I say it's getting deep, dog, I'm talking about like cops be rolling around here all the time. Like, it's fucking sad, bro. Like, because if you, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like when I go outside or I'm trying to go to the store or something, I low key get scared because even with the riots and shit, I'm scared of that. But I'm also scared of like fucking catching a stray bullet or some shit because from the cops doing this shit. Like it's not a game. It's not a joke. Like I'm not saying this to get pity or anything like this. Like I'm not saying this to get pity. Like I'm telling you, it's real ass shit that goes on every fucking day. Like that shit's sad, dog.
They're attacking the media now too. I was watching on the news. They were fucking shooting at the fucking media. Like they were like one of the dudes was like, "Hey, I'm the news," and like they were like, "We don't care. Get back." Like, yeah, that shit's fucking. It's nuts, man. It's like a crazy fucking time.
Bro.
And
as soon as they start opening up the states and shit, the first thing you see is a black dude dying. First thing.
It was happening during the coronavirus.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the first thing they're doing right when the states open up and shit. And then that's what the media wants to perpetuate and put everybody to see. Come on, man. This is systematic. This is a systematic destruction or destroying a race of people and shit, bro. Or not even just a race, a whole class of people, just everything, bro. It's a race of people too. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, this is racism. This is
my
classism.
fault. My shit was saying it had like 20. It's everything, bro. All in one.
It's all in one.
But let this shit have happened to a white dude. Let this shit have happened to a white dude. This whole thing would have blew the fuck up. Even worse. White people would have been like, that's fucked up. And they would have been doing, oh, I know. Hell yeah. This shit would have been, bro. That shit would have been way more. That should have been way more viral and all this other shit. White people would have had a damn fit. Let a young white dude or a young white man. Yes, it would have been worse. They would have. White people would have been fucking invoking, trying to get the law changed, everything and all this other shit. You know they would.
Yeah. I think
definitely.
I think what it is too is that like I mean, me and you are having this conversation, but like some people don't know, like some people aren't thinking of the bigger picture. They're only thinking of like right here and right now. They're not thinking of like, all right, this happened because of this, and like they're thinking with emotion right now, and it's hard not to think with emotion when something like this is going on, and it's you're like, like it's obviously your skin color or whatever that's like that
Hmm.
that it's happening to. But like if you take emotion out of the situation, it's like, all right, what are the like, like what are the laws, saying that this officer could do this? Why did this officer think that he could do this? Obviously because, officers all think like, oh well, shit, oh boy did it, so I'm good to do it too.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, because
So
they're not gonna tell. And then there's corrupt cops, and the cops aren't gonna say nothing.
yeah, they
No, we
need
gonna fuck our own dudes. Like, come
yeah,
on, bro.
they need to maybe they need to take a month off of fucking getting new cops and say, all right, we got the cops that we got right now. All right, let's fucking revise this entire training because obviously this training isn't correct. And when
Yep.
when all the training gets corrected, all right, when you get, like like the fact that as soon as you like put your badge on or whatever, you're ready to go walk the beat and you're ready to go and like all you got to do is fucking sit next to another person and you're good to go. Like as long as you have a partner, like as long as you have a partner or whatever, like you're ready to go. Like you might not be able to do a solo yet, but that shouldn't be the case because like for us or whatever, like it'll be
Bro, you know how much
yeah,
training we have to do before we can even get into the car?
yeah,
Or before
exactly.
we even get to do anything? There's so much fucking training. You gotta know all the posts. You gotta do so many SOPs, so many fucking tests and shit to
Yeah,
even
and
be qualified to be in a car, bro.
as soon like bro, these people are in the car as soon as they fucking get to their job. And
Exactly.
I
Because
get
they
it.
do a
There's
ride along. Like, what the
I
fuck?
I get it. There's not a lot of cops out there, but yo, like quality is way better than quantity. It's just like that's just the fact.
Exactly.
It's just the fact of like, yo, we have to change something.
Yep. Bro, this shit is crazy to me, dog. Like, this
I
shit
see.
really gets me, bro.
Yeah,
This shit really
I
gets me,
seen
homie.
something good though. I seen I think it was in Camden, New Jersey. I think it's Camden, New Jersey. But it was the Camden Police Department and they went and they marched alongside with the other protesters, like their police department.
I mean, that's lit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But
That's
what's gonna
pretty
happen at that? That's good though. Like, I'm
yeah.
still looking at the end. I'm trying to look at the end game, the long game,
Yeah.
bro. Because this
Yeah.
shit is like,
Yeah, because you see
oh
these
man,
protests and whatever, and then like yeah, like you said, like nothing happens. So maybe as a society and as everybody, the people that are listening to this podcast with us, what can we do? What are the ideas that we can come up with? What's the laws that we can go ahead with? You know, what petitions can we make that?
yeah,
Uh,
that shit is, yeah, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. Like, dog, that shit is crazy to me, man. Like, it just this stuff, it puts it makes me sad, but also puts a fire in your stomach. But at the same time, it's just like we all need a direction to point this fires, bro. And I'm telling you, I just think everybody should point their fire towards this system and try to change this shit. Like we need new blood and all this shit. This shit needs to all change because this shit is not winning. Like this shit, like to be honest with you, bro, this shit happened. Like it just makes me want to leave and not like to come back. And like it's just like it just makes me sick to be an American, bro. Like dead ass. And that's not even. And I'm not even saying like I served this country. I've done this shit, but like I just it makes me so sick because it's just I just want this shit to change. We needed something to change. So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse because there's only so much that can be said, and there's so many times that everybody can have these ideas and say these things, but it's just not. There's only so much you can say about this situation until something happens. You know what I mean? And I knew during this podcast, I knew this one was going to be kind of insightful, but this was going to have a lot of emotion to it just because of how
like how you
serious
feel
the
about the subject.
situation and stuff is. Yeah, bro. Because like I'm almost at loss for words now because like I'm like that upset, bro. Like because it's just I've seen it. I've had family members go through this type of shit, and I've seen like my own family. I've had stuff going on through this, and it's just like it's really hard. It's just really fucking hard, bro. Like so, yeah. I just got to keep my composure in this shit because I'm not trying to blow up on this fucking thing. It's just
Yeah.
because this isn't I know there's no headline, but this is an outlet for me to just blow up and bash motherfuckers and like do that. But it's an opportunity to let people hear what really goes on and to hear from somebody tangible that knows this kind of shit in a real situation. And I'm not going to give no biased opinions or bullshit. Because like I said, I served as a cop before too, so I know both sides. Like, yes, it's a stressful job and shit, but at the same time, you have to be aware. And what is it? Due regard, like that. In due regard, your actions mean so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna spray a bullet and do all this shit. This is gonna be a knee-jerk reaction. Like in the military, this would be a knee-jerk reaction. Something like this happened in the military, the whole department would have been under. It would have started from that person, then it would have went to the whole department, then it would have went to that whole chain of command, that base, then it would have went to the whole fucking
like if anything
organization,
happens,
and we all would have had different rules. Like, because they always change that. If you know how so many SOPs happen just because of one incident, like when somebody remember that one time when at Naval Base San Diego when the dude left a gun belt in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that shit? And then like the whole base, we got fucked up over that shit. And then something came down from Big Navy where we had to change our fucking with the belts and shit. Like, bro, it's shit like that, and that's what we happen in the civilian sector, dog.
Yeah, I mean, that needs to happen. Yeah, with the civilian cops, is that whole
because nothing changed.
Yeah,
nothing changed.
Yeah, instead of having it the whole as soon as somebody fucks up, that whole precinct should be like under fire, not actually under fire, but like they should be they should be put on the spot
under investigation, like
under investigation,
or let somebody or a negligent discharge. You know how many times like when there's a negligent discharge in the military, you gotta NCIS is there. They gotta wonder what the fuck you did. They ask you all these fucking questions. Why this happened?
Everybody gets fucked up from it. Everybody's held accountable.
Bro. Everybody.
And that's what we got.
Every single person, bro.
Yeah, I think that's what civilians are like. Civilians are seeing these cops and are saying like, yo, like how is like why is not everybody fucking held accountable?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get it. There's a few small bad apples or whatever how they say it. Okay, if there's a few small bad apples, yo, we gotta fucking change. We gotta change everything. We gotta change everything because those small bad apples might be at the lowest end of the totem pole and the highest end of the totem pole. So we need to fucking do an investigation on everything.
Like even when so like even getting off the cops, like even like in the military when dudes, you remember that prostitution ring that happened or whatever, and you don't hear about that? Like it was in the Times or whatever when like the admiral got caught with messing with I'm not gonna say like admiral, but somebody higher up got caught messing with some lower enlisted. Messed with the lower enlisted, and then they all got fucked up, and they found out it was like a group of them motherfuckers, and they got fucked up.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I heard something.
It was something like that. It was a while ago. It was a couple years ago, but then it changed the whole thing. I just happened to see it one time, but it changes everything. After that incident happened, the whole thing changed. Like they were like, "Oh fuck, we got to do this, and the third." Like,
like I said,
that's my take on this shit.
Like I said, I just like I said before, like these cops should have their own persecution, or is it persecution?
Prosecution or persecution? I don't know. Yeah.
Like
reprimand.
Yeah.
They should get reprimanded in a certain way.
Reprimanded in a certain way, just like how we get reprimanded for UCMJ.
Yep.
You should get a court martial, and you should go to a fucking.
You should get your life. Your life should be fucked after you do some shit.
Yeah, your life should be fucked. You can't do nothing else. I mean, I'm pretty sure this dude's gonna, get a life sentence for this.
I doubt it, bro. I guarantee you don't get no life sentence.
You don't think so? I mean, he's 20, 25 years, 25 to life. You don't think so?
Because they're gonna play some shit that like at the most I see 10 to 15.
Really?
Because they're gonna talk about I promise you they're gonna go over like, well, he served meticulously until this. He was a good cop until this happened. This is unfortunate. No, that motherfucker needs to get life.
I mean, they've all they all already got fired. No paid leave or nothing like that. They're all fired, and now now they're facing civilian court and getting pressed by civilian law.
Yep, but still like.
I can see these guys get. I can see at least the dude that had his knee down. I think
I see 10 to 15 at the most.
I think he'll get life, and I think the other 3 that were bystanders will get 10 to 15.
Yeah, 10 to 15, but he should get life.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know,
I think he
but
will
I
get.
think
I think
even if
he
he
will
goes,
get
like,
life, and the bystanders will get 10 to 15. That's what I'm
but
seeing.
then like if they do, he's gonna die in prison.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah,
They're going to kill him.
yeah,
He's gonna die.
yeah. You don't think he'll go to like protective custody?
Fuck no. If they do, somebody's gonna get to him. He'll eventually die. Somebody's gonna get his ass in there. I promise you.
Ain't nobody got 6'9". He was in protective custody.
Oh, he's an entertainer, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm saying I think he'll do life in protective custody. I don't think they're gonna send him to Gen Pop, dude. There's no way.
Somebody's gonna get him. Some shock collar's gonna call something and get his ass. Watch.
Maybe.
If he goes, if that goes that far. And he's gonna be a white dude, so he's probably gonna get. He's gonna probably go to the Aryan Brotherhood because that's how they work. Like if you're white and you try to like, no, I'm gonna be a Christian. No, you're gonna do some work for the Aryan Brotherhood or whatever, some white gang. They're gonna get you. They're gonna pick you up, and then that's when the shit's gonna start popping off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, he probably will. Yeah, he probably will get into the like probably be out there with the Nazis, and the Nazis
Yep.
will be cool with it. No, but then again, he's a cop, so like he's like
They'll
since he's a
still.
cop or whatever. Nah, because they already treat they already treat cops really bad when they come into prison. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be able to get into a gang.
Or maybe somebody might pick him up. I'm telling you, if he's white, he'll probably get picked up by a gang because he's not gonna be like the black dudes and all that other shit where they segregated and separate them. But he'll probably get just fucking. Yeah, I hope they die though. I hope he dies. I hope he dies. I hope he gets done in the worst way.
I hope that he's made a lesson of like.
Now,
I just hope there's a lesson that comes from all of this, and that like laws do get changed, and we do have criminal justice reform. Because I mean that's what we're asking for.
I
That's
hope
what
so.
everybody's asking for is criminal justice reform. You know.
Yep.
Like
I think that this shit should. I think that this
I think
should
this
just invoke people to realize that okay, the system needs to fall. This right here should make the system fall. This should spark the revolution to where the system should fall. In my personal opinion.
yeah, I am kind of glad that I'm overseas during all this though. You know, that way I'm
Yeah,
not.
you're lucky because I don't, bro. I'm telling you, motherfuckers gonna start fighting and shit. I've already seen it like twice already. Some motherfuckers was already fighting with this shit, bro.
Yeah, cause like you know, cause wifey's back in the States right now. She told me that the strip got fucking. They blocked off both ends of the strip, and
Yep.
then my other homeboy told me that they let a metro car on fire.
Oh yeah, one of the police stations out here they got busted into there throwing Molotovs and shit at it, like that.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
in Minneapolis they I don't know if it was the precinct that guy was a part of or what, but the rioters broke into the precinct and burnt down the whole precinct.
Yep.
That's
They're about to start doing that shit here.
That
They were
is
doing that shit in Grand
nuts.
Rapids.
That's
Yeah, they're
wild.
because Grand Rapids they're getting busy like that too. Like shit was getting crazy. Like
Imagine a whole fucking precinct getting fucking bro. That's
burnt down,
hella evidence, hella cases, like
gone. That's the
weapons,
part that nobody's looking at because
bro.
those are cases that somebody could have used to getting free and got their shit fucked because of this dumbass shit. That's what I'm saying.
They could still
We're
just
the masses.
become.
If we're able to do this,
Yeah, that's what the I mean I think that's what they're saying, the criminal opportunist or whatever. Like that, like they'll be burning down these precincts because, bro, once the evidence is gone, they can't get prosecuted.
Yep.
People that
That's what I'm saying.
people that might get, you know, might deserve to be prosecuted are done.
Aren't going to get prosecuted. Yeah.
Aren't going to get prosecuted. The people that, you know, it's.
That's what I'm saying. That this should start.
I think this is way bigger than just.
They just want. This is where the revolution should start. That's what I'm saying. This is where the revolution should start right here, because it should also let everybody know that the masses have more power than these fucking people that are up there. Because if the masses can do this to take down a fucking precinct and burn the shit and incite riots like this, why the fuck can't we come together and change the system? That's all I'm asking. That's the only question I have. Is why can't we do that? Why can't we come together to do something positive like that instead of showing everybody that we're angry?
Yeah, it's true, man.
So that's my personal opinion on it. That's my opinion on this shit, bro. But, yeah, I think that's enough for this.
That's enough for the day.
Because this shit can go.
Yeah, we can keep going on and on about this subject, but yeah, there's too much to say. So, all right, guys, that was it for the No Headline podcast. We'll We'll check y'all next time.
Candy boys.